like you said, you can get yourself in good position sometimes, but to win a game, you have to be able to execute. And DeMusliM, he played it out. He just played it out brilliantly. He recognized that he was in a good position, and he made no additional mistakes moving forward. And to me, that's a real big development for him as a player. I've seen in the past him play games, get into good spots, and not be able to close it out. It's a mistake we see fairly often at the NASL. A player gets ahead and then maybe sits back too long, opening up the door and allowing somebody to come back. But DeMusliM, man, I was completely wrong, man. Saving that little birdie gave him the killer instinct. Maybe he wasn't really saving it. Maybe he's the one that took it out back and cracked his neck.
Oh,
Can you see DeMusliM doing that?
DeMusliM would never do that, bro.
Hello, little birdie.
No.
That's not a real good DeMusliM.
I know DeMusliM. No, DeMusliM would, oh, hello, little birdie. He goes a little bit like DeMusliM. But no, DeMusliM would like, he would do like hello and then he would start laughing. Anyways, DeMusliM would never do that. I guess out of all the guys that I do know for a very long time, DeMusliM is one of the guys I know the best. Because for the people who don't know, I lived together with him in Germany for, well, I think approximately 7, 8, 9 months, almost a year even. So we shared a lot of experiences together. Almost all positive, man. I have to try really hard to find out the negative thing about DeMusliM, and he's an awesome guy, and he's definitely not a bird killer.
Unless you're talking about slaying ladies, Kev.
Yeah, those birds. Actually, British people call them birds as well. No, but DeMusliM is a man now, man. He's been in a steady relationship for quite a while.
What? I thought they broke up.
No, they're together.
Oh.
Maybe that's why he's playing so well again. Anyways,
you just blew my mind.
Yeah, no, they are back together.
Okay. Well, that's good news.
Yeah, that is. Hey, this is interesting. Yeah, that's for the people who wonder, like, why are you guys talking about this? DeMusliM is actually pretty open about this, and on his stream, he's spoken about this several times. He said he had, he was taking it pretty hard when they sort of broke up, but fortunately now for him and for Abigail, of course, they are back together. It's kind of like they're kind of like the David Beckham. And
do you think Abigail's at the lair or hanging with the monkeys?
No, she's at the lair, man. She's not hanging with the monkeys. DeMusliM is gonna scout right now the fact that HerO went Nexus first, man, and also just not a single Nexus first, but he went for the Forge Nexus.
Yeah, this is that
HerO build.
Cool kind of
or at least Hawk used it too, but
yeah, it's a very Korean style that's been developing over here. What are the merits of a build like this, Kevin? Because it's something that I've watched and I've been like, that's really smart.
You get a super quick armor upgrade. I think that's as soon as HerO is gonna feel safe, he's gonna start off already with that first armor upgrade, and of course we all know how important those armor upgrades are against Terran for Protoss.
Yeah, it makes those zealots stay alive so much longer. Of course, the armor upgrade coupled with Guardian Shield means that the Protoss units in general are just so hard to really damage.
I don't think DeMusliM minds this all that much though. With the Forge before the gate does mean that the attack is going to be just a little bit later for HerO, but it does open that small window for Stimmed Bio once more. HerO tried to get a scout off in DeMuslim's main base, but the Marines from DeMusliM were positioned excellently, so he picked off that little probe, and that matters a lot because HerO would love to see if this is like one of those 3 or 4x openings, or if those refineries were already down. And as you can see, the latter is the case, which is good for DeMusliM and a little bit bad for HerO because he's in the dark and he has to worry about more stuff.
DeMusliM probably going to start up that stim upgrade first, and then follow up with combat shields, just like he did in the last game.
Yeah, as you can see already, by the way, Ben, this is that super quick armor upgrade.
Spinning away, being chrono boosted even.
Yeah, man.
As if having the Forge first wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough. Not a chrono boost.
Some of the Brood War pros really like the chrono boost upgrade thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've been commenting on it in their interviews.
What did they say?
Just that they think it's really sweet. Or the ones that play Protoss and the ones that don't are like, this is pretty dumb, man. I can have 3-3 before I can have 2-2.
Yeah, this is like, imagine if HerO would take it to the next level and DeMusliM is like, it's gonna try to hit like a +1 timing window, but the HerO is like 0-3. It's like, yeah, my Marines don't do any damage. This is a +1 timing. It's supposed to be quick.
So you recently joined Team Root. You need to talk to Katz about his macro Nexus fast 3-3 build that he uses. He gets a Nexus just for chrono boost and does nothing but chrono boost out 3-3.
It's not that bad.
He was laddering doing that a couple months ago and it was hilarious. Protoss was like, hey, Katz. Or Katz was like, hey, Protoss, pretty good.
Katz is funny, man. He's very creative. It's hard to play against guys like that because Katz is like the king of unusual games. So as soon as something unusual happens in the game, Katz is like, all right.
I've been here 1,000 times.
This is my territory. Get out of my way.
Open up 12 full Baneling. Standard.
Well, 6 pool on Shakuros. He did that for centuries, man, against Protoss.
Yeah, that was his standard opening. Was it 6 or 7 pool?
6, I think.
Wow, it's so sick.
41 pros right now for HerO, 33 SCVs for the Muslim. We can see that Starport is already halfway done. We see +1 is being researched, but the first armor upgrade is already ready for HerO. But HerO is just going to be 4 gates once more, Ben. So Twilight Council is on the way, but I still think the Muslim is going to have a window where it's once more just going to be straight up gateway units against Steamed Bio with Medivacs.
Twilight Council is going to finish. Man, that armor upgrade's so fast. He's got +1 armor before 8 minutes. +2 starts immediately. This is just ridiculous.
The Muslim is going, but there's still an investment, Ben. That's an investment that costs money.
Yeah, you have less units.
Yeah.
So less tech even.
And I always feel that the Muslim might actually be on his best. Like, he's kind of like the opposite of HerOps. Where I feel that HerOps is really on its best when the armies are maxed out. I feel the Muslim is on his best when it's around, let's say,
100 supply.
100 supply, 40, 50, 60 army supply. I feel that's when the Muslim is at his best. If that makes any sense.
Well, yeah, it does make sense because like he's a guy that likes to make his units do things. Yeah. He's a guy that likes to make stuff happen. And when you're maxed out, certainly there's things that you can do with your units, but it's really more about positioning than it is about like micro or anything like that.
Or small thing, other things like getting EMPs off on a High Templar, spotting the High Templars in time. It just requires different skills. The Muslim is one guy with excellent micro.
Yeah, and he is already moving out with those first 2 medevacs, a couple of Marines, and
it's Blink, by the way, first for HerO. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that. I was going to ask you if you would get Blink first, but
it's going to depend on the Marauder count. We have 5 Marauders right now. If you can get a couple of Marauders, I don't know. The Stalker count is very low, Ben.
But I like the Blink first because when DeMusliM starts to drop, Daybreak's already a hard map to drop. Now with Blink Stalkers, he can cover that space even faster. But
I would worry much more about the straight up fight than the block drop. Then again, while HerO is going to have 0-2 in upgrades, this is actually really sick. I don't think the Muslim is going to be able to make something happen.
10 minutes, he's got +2 armor.
This is insane.
And does he start +3 right away, I wonder?
I mean, Stalkers with +2 armor against Marines, man, that's fantastic.
The Muslim has... he's got +1.
I think this is not going to work for the Muslim. I think he's just going to have to back up. He might try to drop, but then again, Blink is so good against drops. Like, Charge is better in the straight-up fight. Blink is better against the drop. The Muslim is going for the Doom drop. Everything is kind of out of position, though. Oh, here comes the High Templar.
Why is he unloading?
No, he's unloading.
Changed his mind?
Ooh. I thought there might have been a small window, Ben, with all the Zealots and Sentries out of position. What do you think?
I think he flew over a probe or something. And that made him change his mind. I've got to say, Kev, I feel like in this kind of a position, while DeMuslim's got a pretty unimpeded, 2-base economy, HerO is in a nice position. His Temple Archives is done. Like this is basically what Terran players are complaining about these days. These fast upgrades, and Protoss just gets this army that is really hard to kill, and then can just instantly be reinforced from anywhere on the map.
No, I agree. HerO is in a pretty good position, and the Muslim, without really doing anything wrong in this game, is a little bit behind. It's not the end of the world. Everything can still turn around in an engagement, but yeah, these upgrades of HerO, that's going to be just a real problem. HerO also got a really good scout off. He knows the timing exactly of this command center of the Muslim. Just now, HerO is starting Storm. I love how he didn't rush it out, while he rather felt like, okay, I might have need some units right now, so it might have actually been better for me to get a couple of additional units out before. Look at the Zealot, man, just survives forever.
I really love that, like how, even at this level, how DeMusliM only stems 3 units to chase that Zealot, and how HerO runs that Zealot away, even though it's just 1 Zealot.
There are 2 High Templars over here, so feedbacks could be painful because this Medivacs have a lot of HP. Energy.
Gets shot down, the other
Charge is almost ready.
Oh, wow, beautiful force fields. DeMusliM does a nice job at the hot pickup. But I do not know that it matters because this is a very scary Protoss army. Those charge lots.
Well, the Muslim is doing this really well, but it's still going to be so hard.
But yeah, more reinforcements coming forward. HerO just picking off the medevacs with those stalkers.
Well, the Muslim is micro for his dear life though, but eventually this Protoss army is going to be a little bit too much. I think that he shouldn't have focused at Archon, Ben. He was focusing that Archon for a very long time. A lot of reinforcements coming in from the Muslim. If he's able to take out those Zealots as well, army supply is suddenly really close, Ben.
112 supply to 120, 53 army supply to 56 though. As you said, it is quite close.
Well, now Neil Zealot storming in. Nice force fields right there by HerO. The Muslim is just going to let those units die.
Perfect force fields. Beautiful blink micro there by HerO, blinking back stalkers before they take damage. And lots of action here in the middle of the map, but it still feels to me like HerO's, well, now the Marauder count's climbing.
If DeMusliM can only take out those Zealots, he's going to be able to pick up the remaining units, but the HerO is doing such a good job letting those Zealots tank so much damage. One more medevac flies in. It's such a close game. Now those Marauders doing really a lot of damage on these Stalkers, man.
Yeah, that's right. DeMuslim's going to shift click on these Stalkers, but there's just not quite enough Beautiful control still by HerO, continuing to micro well.
Fantastic battle, though, on either side. I really enjoyed it. It was really back and forth.
Yeah, lots of action there. 26 army supply remains for DeMusliM, 44 for HerO. And
I think things stabilized just a little bit right now, Ben. So let's take another look at that.
Yeah, we can look at that last fight. As
I felt that he focused that Archon a little bit too long. I don't think that was necessary. I would have rather seen him take out 4 or 5 Zealots in the time that it took him to take out that one Archon.
So many Zealots for HerO, and at no point was DeMusliM ever able to kill, fight anything of consequence. Like, at the end of the day, Zealots are still just a mineral dump. You know, the Archons stayed alive. Well, I guess the Archon died, but the Stalkers stayed alive.
Look right now, for DeMusliM, it looks quite okay. That's a lot of stint bio, but he focused that Archon for a long time. Then again, yeah, it's always hard to call.
Yeah, very, very difficult. He made the most of the situation that he could. Let's go ahead and jump back into the main game. As we've got HerO poking across the bottom half of the map with some High Templar. He's got Storm done now, so. And
he has 2 upgrades. DeMusliM right now is working on 2-1, I believe. Yes, his second armor upgrade is not yet on the way. He is getting that 4th command center, though. But meanwhile, HerO made that very scary transition into double robo.
Yep, and this is what just brutalizes so many Terrans in the late game. Right now, DeMusliM has to make ghosts, and HerO is switching into double robo Colossus. Which means the army 5 minutes from now is going to be brutal to deal with. And DeMusliM does have the luxury of a planetary at his 3rd base. That's going to make it kind of hard to attack into.
3-3 is on the way for HerO now as well. DeMusliM immediately starts 3-1. Not too worried about his armor upgrade.
Yep, just wants to deal as much damage as he can. Might lose this building command center. Doesn't even cancel it.
Ooh, that's 400 minerals.
Oh my, Storm. Are you serious right now? Did you see that Storm? DeMusliM just ate the whole thing. He really had nowhere to go, so what could he do?
Wow,
more great Storms by HerO. Holy cow.
Very, very good defensive Storms. Then again, there's still quite a bit of energy on these medevacs. That one High Templar will fall. HerO should be a little bit careful though, man. He has a lot of money and he's just kind of trading units right now. Wow, look at those High Templars. They're so scary. If DeMusliM can only snipe that, that's not a very good Storm.
Storm's on 3 units and then on 0 units.
Now I would love to see DeMusliM just stim in and take out this army. But of course he doesn't know what we know. If there's a reinforcements pile and then HerO wipes in 20 Zealots, it's a whole different story with 2 or 3 additional High Templars.
HerO did warp in 20 Zealots, but they're all back at home along with his double robo Colossus. And while DeMuslim's doing a pretty good job of hanging in there, I have to feel like it's a little inevitable that the in-game Protoss army is going to be a bit too good. Now, one thing I like about DeMuslim's play is he's getting air weapons upgrades. He's getting upgrades for his Vikings, in spite of the fact that he's not producing Vikings right now. So when he sees Colossi, he'll be a little better off. But, man, HerO's maxed. DeMusliM at just 160 supply.
Yeah, but HerO does have a lot more work. His army supply, the difference is only 20, but I do agree with you that I feel that this HerO's economy has been too good right now for a very long time. He's also having that 4th base up and running right now, and it's safe. It has cannons, High Templars. Might see a 6th Storm right now. EMP does land.
EMP hits all the Zealots and takes out half the life of that Archon.
With a couple of High Templars left. And look at this, by the way, Ben. I think we're going to have to sick Zealot run by over here at the 3rd. Then again, there is a planetary, but with Storms, a lot of SCVs could fall. Yeah,
and HerO actually has... His army is large enough that he can really afford to. What is this factory doing?
It's going to scout the left bottom side of the map.
Not bad.
It's a timing, Ben. The 19-15 minute scoutery.
I like how
that's a factory that scouts.
What is this ship that the factory flew over? It's like a cross between a Banshee and a medevac. It's pretty smart looking.
This thing?
Yeah, what is that thing?
It's a medevac.
It's a Banshee-vac. It's definitely
like a scoutery.
It's a medevac that shoots Banshee shots. Wow.
Wow, that would be imba. That would be super imbalanced. Thanks, Ben. David Kim is gonna do this. It's on you. Well, DeMusliM does have 12 ghosts, Ben, and I like that.
If they make that unit, they have to name it the Bittervac.
The Bittervac. DeMusliM, like, he's scouting for observers, Ben. He sees one observer right now.
Oh, some snipes.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, force fields.
Force fields. Oh, nice cloak there.
Yeah, but there's one observer. No, he picked it off.
Not bad.
And now, actually, he could land some really sick EMPs. He scouted for that one observer. There was only one observer. The ghosts are just not that quick.
Oh, he could pick off this little hit squad up above his third. He doesn't seem to know it's there.
No.
Instead, DeMuslim's going to push through the center of the map.
Where are the Colossus? We have 4 Colossus over here. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But, I mean, HerO really has to start making observers now. He has 2 observers, never mind. And he has cannons too.
Ah, but how can DeMuslim really deal
here we
with
go
this
with
army?
the hit
It's
squad,
such
man.
a huge army. There's the second prong there.
Storm.
SCVs. Oh, ouch.
And he has more.
So many SCVs killed. That is 20 SCV kills, Kev.
I think the planetary will live, though.
Actually, I think you're right.
Right now he's going to start focusing the SCVs. Drop a couple of mules.
Oh, DeMuslim holds. Loses a lot of workers, but I think... Well, no. Actually, that's just going to make DeMuslim's army better, Kev. Whoa, going to lose some units in the middle of the map on move command. That's an army he can't fight, but he is able to produce Vikings 3 at a time.
He has 4 Vikings. Oh, a couple of Zealots way out of position. HerO's going to end up losing those Zealots. Then again, he has so much money.
Storm. Beautiful snipes there by DeMuslim. Needs a couple more, and he lands them.
Now I would love to see the fight, man. I really don't think there's much Storm.
There's
not a single Storm
Vikings.
left.
He's not.
That's okay. He has so
Can he
many
take that
Marauders.
fight?
Yes. EMP. I think DeMuslim will roll over this army of HerO.
We're going to see HerO is going to force the fight, and DeMuslim just scans.
He's so afraid. He's still worried about this turret. He's sniping ghosts left and right. Well, HerO has been losing a ton of expensive units. I think DeMuslim could have crushed his army, man.
Well, he's still
Look at this.
in an okay position. He's actually ahead in supply for the first time this game, or was momentarily, but he's lost so many SCVs, down to just 37, Kev. He really needs a couple more orbitals just to fuel that mineral income.
Well, yeah, he has 3. I think 3 is okay. More importantly, he needs a 4th base.
No, that's another really good point. And when he takes it, there's a pylon there waiting for him, so that's something that he's got to worry about.
DeMuslim scans, he sees the cannons, but now there's going to be a lot of storms again. DeMuslim is going to need more excellent snipes. He's been sniping pretty good though. There he snipes once more High Templar. He gets...
takes one big storm, does kill the High Templar, and doesn't actually lose any units to the storm. DeMuslim really controlling this late game army well, but there's a very brutal storm. Such a big concave for DeMuslim. HerO going to march forward with everything he has. Storms going down everywhere. Vikings not fighting right now. That could be a critical mistake. Finally, they turn back around and get involved, but DeMuslim's army is just crushed, dipping down to about 100 supply, while HerO well up over 150. I think that might actually be the killing blow.
Yeah, but HerO actually doesn't have detection here, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. He has too many gates. DeMuslim calls GG. HerO wins this excellent second game on Daybreak. I think that was a really good game. Yeah,
it was a hell of a game, a real brawl there. I think there were a couple of times, like you said, when DeMuslim might have been able to take some better fights.
I think after he took all those High Templars out,
stim and win.
Just stim, man. Like, and he had so many ghosts. He had 12, 13 ghosts. Zealots were no problem, and Colossus are really good. But you shouldn't forget that most of HerO's army was either somewhere at the top side or at the right top side. And Colossus are amazing, but not against so many Marauders in a nice concave. There was also only 1 sentry there, so force fields would have been irrelevant. With EMP and Stim Marauders, I think DeMuslim could have crushed that army.
Yeah, such a difficult read to make, though.
Yeah, because DeMuslim can't see what's behind the army.
There could be 8 Templar back there just waiting to drop storms.
But there wasn't.
So
we can take another look at that final fight.
Ahead.
But
we'll take a quick look at it.
I mean, it starts off with some excellent snipes once more.
Yeah, but I mean, we talk about this a lot, Kev. The late game Colossus switch is so powerful, and they add so much extra damage output to that Protoss army. HerO also lands some really nice storms, as we see there. DeMuslim really sits in them for a long time. Super difficult to micro out of that. One of the big mistakes in that engagement was the Vikings ended up getting grouped with that bio, and they moved back, missing several opportunities to get good shots off. And by the time they're involved in the fight, the bios all melted away. So a really unfortunate engagement there for DeMuslim. He played an incredible game on Daybreak, but upside of this whole thing is he gets to pick map 3. So we're going to have to see what he decides to fall back on, what his go-to map's going to be. Guys, that last game was brought to you by Power, the PCs, the power of the North American Star Leagues. They have a Panther on the case. That makes them really scary. Short commercial break, and then game 3 when we get back.